y'all, this is my review for Basketball Wives, episodes 21 and 22. We have a lot to cover. It just feels like a lot happened in 2 episodes. I mean, this show is as deep as a puddle and as thought-provoking as a ham sandwich, but they've been giving us a morsel of entertainment. Anywho, let's get into it. So we open with Jennifer meeting up with Evelyn, and it's just the two of them, one-on-one, kikiing, and I will admit that just seeing the two of them together, like, it feels nostalgic because the franchise started with the two of them. Jennifer's complaining about how stressed out she is, not only from the wedding, but her scamming ass fiance and his restitution that needs to be paid. Allegedly, it's $250,000. Now, they've been in the news a lot lately. I have not looked at it or the interview with Carlos King. I don't care. My F's are few. So don't ask me. I'm just judging from the show, but the fact of the matter is, she's a fool if she helps him pay that off. Then we cut to Evelyn's confessional, and now she has questions about his fiance. Like, remember last season when Vanessa, because they ran her off the show, like, she had questions. She actually did a deep dive. Nobody cares. Like, oh, you and Jen's business, you and Jen's business. But now, you know, he's clearly a scammer. And, you know, we're wondering about his past. Like, he was clearly a part of a domestic violence case, and he was found guilty, and he's paying all this money. But yeah, all Gen C is dollar signs. We then find out that Brooks has another party, this time celebrating her filing for divorce and she's single, even though, like, she jumped right back on the saddle with some guy. So now they're on the topic of what happened in the last episode during Shawnee's Ponderosa when, you know, Jackie was acting a fool, almost fought Brooke with the taco in her hand. Like, they found it funny. And then we cut to Evelyn's confessional when we get our first clue that something is amiss here, like, you know, some bullshit. Like, she's saying that, oh, well, I missed that funny banter between me and Jackie. Weren't y'all having a serious argument? Weren't you mad at her for calling your daughter a builder hoe? Remember that? Even in the last episode, you could pick up on some foreshadowing, like how they were laughing at the table when they were going at Jackie. And I'm just like, wait, isn't this supposed to be a serious moment? Aren't y'all, like, really mad at her and don't want to be around her anymore? But then, yeah, like, should I be laughing or is this serious? Oh, so now life is short. I don't want to be angry. Girl, tell me production sat y'all down without saying it. So next scene, we're at Jacille's apartment, and she's giddy that her fiance is finally done with the playoffs. She has her all to herself, and she looks sexy, you know, dressed in this little lingerie and had like the silk pink robe. But then her son answers the door, and, you know, her fiance comes with him, but I'm just like, okay. She couldn't have waited till her son, like, went to bed or, like, you know, went out or something. Side note, I would love to point out that Jacille doesn't have a stitch of makeup on and she looks great. So they're talking about their upcoming wedding. They're all lovey-dovey, blah, blah, blah. Next scene, it's the day of Brooke's divorce party and the ladies all arriving. Oh my God, they get so annoying when they see each other. Hi, hey, oh my God. So before Brooke gets there, they're talking about her new man, and, you know, everyone's saying that they like him, and I guess they're talking about them moving in together, and Brandy makes it known that she disagrees with this. She's like, And, you know, she's saying, oh, well, I think she's moving too fast, like she just got out of a divorce. And I fully agree with Brandy. I mean, somebody in the group gotta tell it like it is. We cut to Evelyn's confessional. Of course she has a problem with Brandy stating this opinion. She's saying Brandy's in somebody's business again. But I'm like, Evelyn, you did a whole full investigation on Jackie Christie. Be quiet. Even though some of the ladies are kind of pushing back on Brandy, Brandy's standing 10 toes down saying it's a bad idea. She needs to slow down. And the mood is a little awkward now. We see Brandy saying in her confessional that the reason why the girls don't want to say anything is because they're scared of Brooke. So we're still waiting on Brooke, but her mom arrived and her friend. I thought that was her mom girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. But they just say her mom's friend, but okay. Her mom is a vibe. Like, she came in with her own bottle of Don Julio Reposado. I hear that. They're asking her what she thinks about Brooke, man, and she don't care that her daughter's moving fast. She's like, if she's happy, she's happy. But I think Brandy doesn't say anything in this moment. So Brooke is finally there. She looks great in this green, by the way. But yeah, some spice is missing in the scene, and Jackie isn't there. Like right now, like I thought, when I was watching it, okay, well, Jackie's off the show. I thought wrong. Now, I will say, while I love Don Julio Reposado, it is kind of tacky bringing your own bottle of liquor at an establishment. So a little later, we see Jacille take Brooke to the side, and she says she wants her to officiate her wedding. She feels really close to her, like since she came on the season. And yeah, like I definitely like their friendship, so I'm not surprised by this. I will say though, their wedding looked fake as hell at the end. I'd be surprised if that was her real wedding. After that, the scene just kind of gets a little boring, and it ends where Brooke's mom kind of just fell over drunk on her chair. Next scene, we're at Jennifer's apartment, and she's FaceTiming her movie producer. Oh, that's it? She's just telling them that they can't do the movie premiere right now. She wants to pump the brakes. Yawn. Next scene, we're with Brooke with her mom, and she's looking over a house that she wants to move in with her new boo. Now, the girl that's showing her is her sister-in-law, I believe. But we found out that she was supposed to look at this house with her guy, but he didn't show up. And it's becoming a pattern now, and she's trying to save face, but it's pretty obvious that this isn't going to work out. And then she looks at the place, and she doesn't even like it. We then see her telling her mom and her sister-in-law that she's going to have a conversation with him because she don't like how things are going so far. All right, next scene we're with Jacille and her fiance looking over their wedding venue. Fast forward. Next scene we're with Brandy and Brooke meeting up for coffee. Wow, so they just jump right into it. Brandy's asking Brooke, like, how's her man? And Brooke says they broke up. Well, that was fast. And then the sound effect production put in. Boom! And then they broke up over the phone. She says they just weren't seeing each other, but I'm just like, how are y'all at the point of looking at houses and talking about wedding dates when y'all hardly see each other? Now, Brooke tells Brandy, I don't need the I told you so's. And then Brandy's like, well, the honeymoon is over. Look, I have been in that situation. I have been the Brandy where I'm just like, girl, slow down. Like y'all just met, just get to know the guy, or me being this person where he's not good for you. Do you see how you're dimming your light for this guy and they don't listen? And then they stay long enough with the person just so they can try to prove you wrong. But then it just gets to a point where they finally break up and they don't want to hear the I told you so. And I'm not that person to gloat. I will gloat to our mutuals, but I won't gloat to you. Now here's where I can't get beside Brandy on this. Like, she continues to needle Brooke, and Brooke is like, okay girl, I broke up with him, like our schedules weren't matching, and who knows, like maybe in the future. But Brandy's like, bitch. And so everything I said came true. And Brooke is like, well, the reason why I didn't listen to you was because, look, you wanted me to stay with my husband that cheated on me. And then Brooke counters and said, well, he didn't cheat on you anymore after the first time. Brooke is like, how do you know? Brandy seems like the type of chick that would encourage you to stay with your cheating man because, look at her. But Brooke is saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. So then Brandy, she sets herself up by saying, that's not true. So you think Jason is still cheating on me? Girl, you walked right into that one. Brooke says, well, I would hope not. And then Brandy sets herself up again by asking her, do you think it was wrong for me to take back Jason? Like, why are you trying to put your friends in that predicament? How did we get to Jason? Stop using your husband as an example, because then these ladies are always going to throw it in your face when y'all are getting into an argument, which we will soon see, by the way. And Brandy's now saying, oh, you don't think I'm happy in my marriage? Like, stop. I would have got up from the table. Like, girl, we're not doing this today. Brooke then answers honestly and says, well, I don't think you're 100% happy. So now Brandy's on the defense. Now, what Brooke says is real. She's like, bitch, what am I waiting on? Like, I got more years behind me than I have in front of me. When I'm ready, I'm ready. I felt that through the TV screen. And if I was Brandy, I'd be like, you know what? Bitch, make the mistakes. Like, at that point, if I heard that from Brooke, like, I wouldn't say anything. Yeah, this conversation got way more interesting than I thought it would. And as the conversation progressed, I kind of just found myself on Brooke's side, because just let her make, her mistakes, like let her live her life. Like if she asks for your opinion, then yeah, just be like, girl, but don't needle her or being like, I told you so, because you're not being a good friend by doing that. Child, next scene, Jackie is back and she is meeting up with Shawnee. I knew she wasn't leaving the show. Production ain't letting Jackie go nowhere. Side note, Jackie have a black outfit for every goddamn day of the week. So the gist of the conversation is very cordial. Jackie is taking accountability of what she said. She said she was venting to a friend that betrayed her. And, Shawnee understands that and she accepts her apology. We cut to Jackie's confessional and she has not given up on the ladies yet. Like she still wants to try to fix this. So now Shawnee and Jackie good now. Okay, whatever. All right, so next scene is the day of Giselle's wedding and all the ladies are arriving. The location is nice. It looks like it's at someone's mansion in the backyard, and then it's like on a little hilltop overlooking LA. It's cute. We then see Brooke talking to Evelyn about her breakup, and she's thinking to herself, did she make the right decision by breaking up with him, because she's pretty sad. By the way, why is she dressed like this at somebody's wedding? She's wearing a black catsuit. Now I'm wondering, where are all the people at this wedding? Like I've counted maybe 10 or 12 people, and not Brooke making herself a plate before the food's supposed to be served. She probably thinking this ain't their real wedding. I'd be surprised if the cake was real. So already as the ladies are seated, the shade is flying. Brandy didn't have to say nothing when Evelyn was like, one wedding down, 2 to go. And then Brandy's like, well, we're not about to get into that again. We're not about to have part 2. And now we have Brooke and Brandy mean mugging each other. Are they at this point again? Like whenever Jackie isn't present, then we go back to Brandy being the villain. So the wedding finally begins. Giselle is a beautiful bride as she's walking down the aisle. We see Brooke officiating in. And let's just fast forward and get straight to the mess. I gotta say again, that was so rude of them to start eating before everybody else, even before the wedding started. Too rude. So all the ladies are together, and Evelyn lets them know that her and Jen thought to do a girls trip. They're gonna go to Mexico. It's gonna kind of be like a celebration for Giselle getting married, and then kind of like a bachelorette party for Jennifer. Is it just me, or does this season feel pretty long? Or maybe it's just that bad. I don't know. So as Brooke excuses herself from the table, Jennifer is asking Brandy, is her and Brooke good? And she's telling her how they met up and they were kind of going at it because Brooke broke up with her man. And I don't think Brooke told Jennifer yet. So Brandy broke the news to her. And it looks like they're kind of keying about it. And then you see stone-faced Evelyn staring at them. And you know she's going to go back and tell Brooke. Also, I want to point out that Jennifer was just as messy as Brandy in this scene. But it seemed like Evelyn was just putting it all on Brandy. So of course Evelyn gets up to go tell Brooke what Brandy's talking to Jennifer about. Brooke is pissed and she doesn't want to cause a scene at Giselle's wedding, so she just decides to leave. So she says bye to everybody except for Brandy and makes it very known, gives her the cold shoulder and walks out. And I mean, Brandy, she points it out, she's like, no hug, no hug. Okay. Then she turns to Evelyn like, what did you say? And then now Evelyn's like, oh, well, I was just saying, y'all talking. Really, Evelyn, you know what you did. At least say that shit with your chest if you're going to cause mess. So then Evelyn leaves too. And I'm just like, this wasn't a real wedding. Like there's 2 tables. One table is the cast. The other one is like, her family members. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe this technically was the wedding. I don't know. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. We see Brandy in her confessional just saying how petty it is and how she's pissed at Evelyn again for now coming in between their friendship again. But yeah, let's get into episode 22. So we open this episode with Evelyn and her gay minion looking at models for her maxi dress line. It was jumpsuits, I believe, last season. I'm sorry, part 1 of last season, and part 2 is now maxi dresses. Yeah, my fucks are few for this. Fast forward. Oh god, next scene with Jennifer and her scammer. They're talking about his restitution again. I feel like it's just every single episode going forward now, like after he mentioned it. Jennifer says she's super stressed from everything and she just can't wait until the girls' trip. Lord, they are starting with the filler already. So next scene we're with Giselle and Brandy, and Giselle is just learning how to swim and Brandy is overseeing this. Fast forward. Oh, okay, so after that, they're having a sit down and Brandy's talking about her confrontation with Brooke. Brandy still thinks she didn't do anything wrong, and she kind of throws Jennifer under the bus when she said, oh, well, they were trying to compare their relationship to me and Christian. But Giselle then gently tells her that you have to let people do what they want to do because it's going to mess up your friendship if you keep trying to tell her what it is. Brandy hears this, but she says, well, Brooke has opinions on my relationship. Side note, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, but I think Brandy should have been more mindful about who she talks about Brooke's relationship in front of. Like, she already got into it with Evelyn early in the season because of that, and now you're doing it again and you knowing Evelyn don't really fuck with you like that. So next scene we're with Jackie meeting up with Evelyn. Lord. They showed this scene on Twitter and my comments over it went viral. Production had to sit Evelyn down and was like, listen, y'all need to get along with Jackie for this show to continue. So this is where the 180 comes in, where Jackie is invited to the trip. I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's continue. Child, so they're face to face and they actually hug each other. Like at the end of the episode where Jackie was about to fight Brooke, like all the ladies were happy to never see Jackie again. So I'm like, where is this coming from? This don't make sense. They are laughing and kikiing like old friends, y'all. I've had enough. This whole situation was a scheme set up by Todd to set us all up for the bullshit. I bet Evelyn didn't even tell the other ladies that she was meeting up with Jackie. So here we go again, talking about the phone call. Jackie making the excuse that she thought everybody wasn't fucking with her and she was venting to a good friend and she was betrayed, blah, blah, blah. So Jackie apologizes to Evelyn and Evelyn accepts her apology, saying, I don't want to be angry or in this space with you. But what about your good homegirl Brooke, who says she don't want to be around Jackie anymore? Evelyn even apologizes to Jackie. What show am I watching? And then they're joking about the prostitution allegations. Evelyn did a full-on investigation trying to humiliate this woman, and they're just pretending like that didn't happen. I would love to know what y'all think about this meetup in the comments because this has production written all over it. Like, I gotta hand it to Jackie. Like, she was right in the last episode. I am the group. Jackie says, I don't even know how to do oral sex. I would have been the worst prostitute. Moving on. And then throughout the scene, we have Evelyn in her confessional throwing shade at Jackie. So then Evelyn invites Jackie as well as Cheyenne to Mexico. Like, she's saying life is short. I'm like, this is a completely different energy we got in the other episode. Child, as this sit down goes on, they're laughing with each other, and it looks like they both agreed to move forward. I guess. Next scene, it's the day of Evelyn's maxi pad launch. Maxi dress launch. These ladies just love renting out a mansion to do shit in. We got to Evelyn's confessional and she says the ladies still don't know that Jackie is coming and the trip is in 2 days. So as the ladies are arriving, here we go again with, hey, hi, ooh, this looks cute. So as Brandy arrives, greeting all the ladies, of course it's still icy between her and Brooke, again. Alright, so there's a fashion show for her maxi dresses. Fast forward. After the show, the ladies are all sitting together and Brooke makes it known again that she's mad with Brandy. She doesn't want to be in a photo with her. I'm so bored with this beef, y'all. It's stale. Jennifer then asks the both of them, are they going to make up before they go to Mexico? Brooke says no. So now they're going back and forth. Brooke is mostly mad because she feels like Brandy told her business to the group before she could. And then Brandy feels like, well, we all talk about it. It's no secret. Whose side are y'all on? So of course in their back and forth, all paths lead to Brandy's husband when you're trying to throw shade at her. Also, again, Giselle is trying to play peacemaker or referee. Girl, just sit back. Let them fight, please. Like, you see Jennifer, she just chilling with her drink. It looks like Brandy has no interest in kissing Brooke's ass. She's like, I said what I said. Either you can get over it or not. So Evelyn joins the conversation. Brandy and Brooke, they're at a stalemate. We move on to Jennifer's business. She's talking about Christian's restitution, and they're just wondering, like, how does he owe $250,000? So she's talking about the false imprisonment and how he didn't want her to drive, but he should have just let her get in a car crash. And then we cut to Brandy's confessional. She says she's uncomfortable listening to this because first you're talking about a domestic violence situation with Evelyn right there. Then you're saying the girl getting in a car crash when that's how Brooke lost her daughter. Like, I don't even think it registered to Jennifer because she's slow. I gotta say, I don't think Jennifer's a narcissist, but she's definitely self-absorbed. So now we get to Evelyn dropping a bomb on the group that Jackie is now invited to Mexico. The ladies are floored and most of them are pissed. Like, we cut to Giselle's confessional. She's like, didn't you bite my head off for going to meet Jackie? And we see the flashbacks of Evelyn talking shit about Jackie. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It looked like we're just going around the group how Evelyn's being the hypocrite. And Jennifer saying the last time I was in Mexico, I actually served Jackie a cease and desist. Oh my God. And now Evelyn's saying, y'all need to give people the opportunity. Bitch, what? Now, Brooke, I'm looking at you now. Like, where's this energy that you have for Brandy? Can you transfer that to Evelyn? No, she's not. Like, they rake Brandy over the coals for inviting Jackie to her event without telling them. And now Evelyn, she's just like, oh, well, I'm giving her a chance. She's taking accountability. I can't tell in the moment if Brooke is pissed. She does tell Evelyn that she's canceling her pre-sale for her maxi dress. The other ladies, they just look dumbfounded, and Evelyn look like she don't give a shit. Like, the scene just don't look serious. Hell, this show isn't serious. We got to Evelyn's confessional. She don't give a fuck about the other ladies' feelings. She's like, Jackie's coming on this trip. Did production say they're not going to pay for the trip unless Jackie goes? They had to say something along those lines. Next scene, we're with Jennifer waiting on a friend for drinks. She said in her confessional that since Evelyn is inviting Jackie without a heads up, she's going to invite this friend meeting her without a heads up. And who is the mystery person, y'all ask? It is Laura Govan from the earlier seasons of Basketball Wives LA. I'm not familiar with her. I just know that she was the fiance of Gilbert Arenas. I think he was a real dick to her, and I think she has a little seedy past too. I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments. I'm not really familiar with her. I know her sister though. But yeah, I ain't mad at it. I'm here for the mess. But what is she wearing though? I wonder if Royce is going to show up by the end of the season because I didn't foresee Laura joining the cast. So we get a little small update on Laura and her confessional. She hasn't been on this show in 10 years. She says she doesn't have a formal profession, but she's a full-time mom. I'm guessing she's just living off of child support checks. Jen is then catching Laura up on all the mess that's going on in the group. So Jennifer then formally invites Laura to Mexico, and she agrees, and it looks like this is going to be a surprise for all the ladies. Next scene, we fast forward to the ladies arriving in PVR. They're riding to their hotel, and Brandy just still can't believe that Jackie is invited, especially after Evelyn put in 1,000 hours, investigating her about being a prostitute. Evelyn is still acting aloof as if inviting Jackie, there's not going to be any drama. Which there is. I don't understand how Brooke is even speaking to Evelyn, how she invited not one, but two of her enemies on this Mexico trip. Next scene, we see Jackie and Cheyenne arrive in Mexico. They get to the hotel, and the ladies see her, but before she walks in, we hear Jennifer saying, dressed in all black like the Omen. I cackle, because, y'all know that line, the little Kim line. And Jackie is always in black. That was a good one, Jennifer. But then, as they come in, Evelyn is all buddy-buddy, hugging. Hi, hey. The ladies are looking on disgusted. We got to Brooke confession, and she's talking about Evelyn. She's like, who are you? That's your friend? I feel like Brooke never calls Evelyn out on her shit. Ever. So the ladies are looking at their accommodations. It's nice, especially the presidential suite. The cameraman keeps zooming in on Cheyenne's luggage with her face on it. I mean, it's good marketing. And by the way, I didn't know Cheyenne was the same one. She's going viral for interviewing Cam Newton, dumbass. I was like, wait, she looks familiar. Nowhere on her profile she puts basketball wives. I mean, I wouldn't either. So they're all sitting around and it's pretty cordial. And look, Jackie and Evelyn are getting along. And once Jackie and Cheyenne leave, they're all talking and they're just telling Evelyn how like the double standard is clear right now. Like Jaceel is actually speaking up against Evelyn, which is nice to see. Because she's always like, you know, the nice person or the peacekeeper. Evelyn's going back and forth with all the ladies. And her demeanor, like, it seems like she don't even give a fuck about what the ladies are saying right now. Like, she don't think there's nothing wrong with what she did. And then to top it all off, she's being rude about it. Lord, and here we go with Evelyn with her default read against Brandy. Like, Brandy's making all the sense, calling her a hypocrite, and here she go bringing up her husband again. So now they're really getting into it. And if I was Brandy, I would feel some type of way because I saw the episode when, you know, they were all buddy-buddy and she was confiding into her about her husband. And she already told her that she don't like it when people throw his shit in her face. And she did it anyway. Wow. So Brandy goes, well, speaking of my husband is calling me right now. And then Evelyn's like, well, I'm glad he's calling you and not somebody else. And then Brandy tells her, well, I hope you get a husband to call you, and then walks off. Yeah, Evelyn's filed for that, and it's getting kind of tired. All the ladies keep throwing Jason in her face when they're going against Brandy. We're back with the other ladies, and it's Brooke and Jaceel versus Evelyn. They're calling her out on taking some accountability like she said Jackie did. And Evelyn's just laying back like this. Like, yeah, how many times are we going to talk about this? How many times? Evelyn then says she's not apologizing because she didn't do anything wrong. We come back to Brandy and she's talking to her husband about Evelyn's hypocrisy, getting back with Jackie. She was like, she spent 1,000 hours of her 6,000 hours investigating Jackie. Not 6,000 hours. First of all, I want to see how many days is 1,000 hours. Okay, so 1,000 hours is 41 days. And 6,000 hours is 250 days. Back with the other ladies, we see Jennifer tell them that she invited a surprise guest on the Mexico trip. We then fast forward to later in the evening where the ladies are all having dinner. Jackie, Cheyenne, and Evelyn show up first, and they're just really just getting along like old girlfriends. I can't wait till the reunion so I can see what the current group dynamic is. Evelyn's saying she isn't forcing Jackie down anyone's throats, but you are. You invite her to this Mexico trip when you know none of the group has reconciled with her. They don't want to be around her, especially your bestie Brooke. And now you just did this complete 180 that is just unexplainable and it doesn't make sense. Production needs to realize that the audience isn't stupid like the majority of their cast. So as the ladies are coming down, we see Brandy arrive at the table and Evelyn and Jackie are being super fake. Hey girl, okay Sheer, I love the hair, it's everything. And we cut to Brandy's confessional. She's like, what is going on right now? Don't forget, I'm not fucking with you. I swear I can't take all the fraudulence happening in this episode. So now, last but not least, up walks Jennifer and Laura, and most of the ladies are gagged. And then we see the looks on Evelyn, Jackie, and Brooke's faces aren't so pleasant. And then we cut to Jackie's confessional, and it seemed like she got beef with Laura. Apparently, they have unfinished business. Oh, and that's where the episode ends. I mean, the twists and turns of this particular episode, like, my head was spinning. I'm just like, I'm ready for the reunion because I need to see what the group dynamics are because there was just so much phoniness. And please, y'all let me know whose side y'all on with Brandy and Brooke. And are y'all just as confused as I am? Anywho, I had enough of talking about this dumbass show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.